Okay. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to Masks, and the School of Hard Knocks of New Gauntlet City Comics. I am Ferret. I am the facilitator of this game, and these are several people I've gathered mostly from the Gauntlet. And this is the midpoint of the series. So, after what happened last time, It seems like there's going to be some time that has passed, and we're going to do part of what is fun in the PBTA system of love letters to see what has happened and how to shape the narrative. So I think I'm today going to be going in alphabetical codename order. So Arachnophobe, would you introduce us to Arachnophobe and then read us your love letter and do what it says?
Alrighty then. So I am Jay, he, him, and I will be playing Cody Jameson, aka Arachnophobe. He's your shady neighborhood spider, bit of a delinquent who has found a weird mesh of friends to call a family and have gotten ourselves quite in a pickle. And my love letter reads, Yo, Cody, man, things have really gone out there, huh? All this from being betrayed back in the day, betrayed once more by people who told you to trust them. At least your brother seems to be doing pretty well now. Or is he really good at pretending? At least your teammates seem to be keeping cool as well. Not that that means much. You pissed off a coterie of villains and old enemies. You can't think of everyone in the school or not like you, right? You helped destroy your foster parents' house. Things are just going haywire in your life. You still have a life after this, right? I need to know how well you keep from all the. I need to know how well you keep this from all falling apart. Please roll me a mundane. Oh boy. First roll of the game, guys. My mundane is currently a 2, so that would be 8. Let's see. I choose 1. All right. I gave this some thought, and I think. Yeah, you and Thunderchild have spent some time sharing connections with the Dead End Queen and getting to know these mercenaries. Work with Thunderchild and myself to figure out what opportunity you both created and take influence over one Dead End Queen. So Thunderchild, how do we do this?
Oh no, well let's do this after we go through all the letters.
Okay.
I was just marking it to make sure that was the choice that I noted.
Okay.
So, next, Atlas, please read us. Please introduce yourself and read us your letter.
Yeah, certainly. Hi, my name is David. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Danny Mack, aka Atlas. Danny was a recently escaped, or in the last year or so, escaped from a Optimax Black Site where he was being experimented on as part of a super soldier program. He has spent the time knocking about the criminal underworld and joining the School of Hard Knocks. And the love letter that I have reads as follows. Hey, Atlas. Well, you rescued someone from your past and have found that your life of crime is getting you nowhere. Another year down the drain with just a few small gains. Unless I'm mistaken, perhaps getting some revenge on the old company and freeing Apollo and being betrayed by the person who showed you quite a bit of support is just what you needed. Yet, it's you who knew where to go after all this madness went down, your connections with the worlds of criminals and mercenaries which saved everyone's bacon. Do you think you can even do a heel-face turn? Do you think you'll be accepted by the heroes of the world? Let's see how well you're holding it up after all this. Roll me superior. So my superior is also a 2. So that is also an 8.
Good.
So yeah, I am going to pick from one of the following. Yes, so I think I'm going to choose the first one actually. What do I want, that one, or do I want the? No, yeah, I will go with that one. You and Fermata have been sending feelers out into the criminal world with eager tenacity. Describe how you've been doing this and work with Fermata to decide on who you've impressed. You and Fermata both clear a condition.
Not bad. And speaking of the wonderfully musical, cultish one, Fermata, let's hear about you.
Yeah, hi. My name is Leandro. Use he, him pronouns. I'm playing the aforementioned Fermata. Uses she, her pronouns. She is the Legacy playbook, and her legacy is the villainous musical cult known as the Twilight Orchestra. And she has been working really hard to live up to that legacy of one day bringing about the sleep of all humanity. Very dedicated to that. She wasn't around last week, so things have been let's read her the love letter, see what she's been up to. Fermata. You were spending time with the Twilight Orchestra and interrogating Cadenza after your grand success. You noticed that the mention of taking out the gauntlet here was slowly weeded out of conversation. Perhaps at first you thought it was the capture of Cadenza. It became obvious after a while that you were alone in this memory. Ugh. Then came the text messages from your team. The news from your superiors that the School of Hard Knocks had been breached, that plans had been changed. Everything seems to be in chaos for now. And apparently Ferret needs to see who Fermata trusts, who I trust, who you want to bring into your life. So roll Savior plus Savior to open up. Yeah, okay. Well, Savior's pretty good. So there's a good chance. Pretty good chance. Yeah, that's an 11. So
Wee!
Yeah, so on the 10 plus, I get to choose two. I get to trust two people instead of just one, which is ridiculous, actually, considering she wasn't even around last week. Okay. Funnily enough, while Atlas was talking, I was considering going with him. With you and Atlas have been getting in touch with old classmates from the School of Hard Knocks. Your connections means that no one has turned on you yet, and perhaps because of your side of the hot goss. Wait, what? Wait, what hot goss? I need to ask someone about that. Work with Atlas and Ferret to decide what ally you have, and both of you take influence over them. So that's interesting. And the second one is, I don't think I'll go with Arachnofocus. I think Fermata is not doing petty crime, unfortunately. I'm sorry. So I'll have to go with Thunderchild. Because we did know each other. I know I betrayed him. But, other betrayals happen. You and Thunderchild are close. Both made for the destruction of something, be it the reality or a person who is now missing in our reality. This closeness has incited you to research new magic. Work with Thunderchild and yourself to figure out what spell you've cast over the both of you. After the letters are done, shift each other's labels, which is just great. So we'll look into that later.
And last, but as we all know, it can never be least, especially not with the new and upgraded toy line of just Thunderchild and the cars. Let's hear about Thunderchild.
Hi everybody, I'm Dave, who's he, him. I am playing Thunderchild, who's a he, him. Thunderchild is an 8-foot tall, super cool battle robo with a sweet jacket. He's either an 8-foot tall battle robo that has the consciousness of a 13-year-old boy inside there, or he's an 8-foot tall battle robo with a malfunctioning AI core that thinks he's a 13-year-old boy. Either is fine. Last week Thunderchild figured out that they had a new set of cool powers. So Ferret has written me a love letter which says, "Hey man, isn't it sweet that you can become all kinds of cars now? That's so much better than being one type of car." Personally, I think that Thunderchild is transformer fluid and can probably become a radio as well. Too bad it seems that something's falling apart. Maybe your dad is in cahoots with some maniacal madwoman who's blasted some noble hero out of existence, some patriarchal cop out of existence. The entire school of Hard Knocks could have been a lie. It's all so much. Do a reboot or something cool and technological to make it all better. You also have friends and allies and a chance to see your dad, even if he is maybe a traitor. So let's do this. You can morally be free and show off that sweet jacket. How do you go about this freedom? You roll with some freak. So that's a 6 plus 2 is into an 8.
It seems that that's the number of the day today.
Looks like it. So, considering what I think I'm going to take for my advance, I think that of all of the team, it was Thunderchild and Atlas's inroads into the plans of the School of Hard Knock. We downloaded all the old class data, saw people were sent and where they were targeted. And I've got to work with Atlas to discover what we uncovered. After letters are done, shift each other's labels. Anything to take down that evil Madame Carnifax. But not save the Gauntleteer, he's a square.
I see. And that I'm curious. Everyone does get a free advance because we're at the midway point. When we go back around, I'll ask you what advance you took just to make sure I know. And but let's go back to Arachnophobe and work on your love letter choice. But I believe I know yours is the Beacon move. Come on, Lucky.
Yes, I went for Come On Lucky, and I got myself a pet, guys. I worked it out with Ferret earlier. Cody's been hanging out with Host and getting on his sweet side, and the psychic symbiote hair itself did inform, like, let him in the know that there is another one of his kin out there, weaker by comparison, but you know, Cody went out and scooped a little buddy up. So Cody has hiding potential a little bit better, and this little buddy, I had it just here. I selected 3 abilities that will give me a +1 when using moves with him. Those selected moves. So unleash your powers, defend, and assess the situation.
And I believe you're going to be working with me and Thunderchild for your... I got no choices of my own. How lovely for all of you.
Narrowly escape doom.
Yeah, so the Dead End Queens and an opportunity that they will have given you. What kind of opportunity do you want? An opportunity to clear your name? An opportunity to strike back at the School of Hard Knocks? An opportunity to find safe haven?
I think because of how Cody is, and the fact that Dominic Carnifax went straight for the throat and went for his brother, I think that he would definitely want to get a deal to get back at Domina and take her down. Expose her if he needs to, type of thing. But, and obviously, no one else wants to take her down more than Thunderchild too, so it makes sense why he'd be like, yo, TC, come get in on this. We'll see what we can score with the Dead End Queen.
You're muted, Dave.
So about that, I think what Thunderchild's cunning plan was last time is, why were we doing crime for Dominic Carnifax for like Harry Potter house points, when fundamentally these Dead End Queens have got the gig where they do jobs for pay, and that's what I think we got to the end of last session. So if we can convince them to let us do a job and do it well, as a team, so it could be more jobs. We get paid. I don't know what an 8-foot tall battle robot spends money on, but it's important to get paid, and more important that we do that than anything else. But I think that would be my thinking is we decide to go and we do a small merc job, and it pays out okay.
Yeah, I can work with that. Good pay means we can get more sweet jackets.
So that I think like working with these together, that maybe you like maybe there was some kind of like A+ mission that some of the queen they wanted to do now, but some of the queens were out at the time, so you two tagged along to even up the odds.
Yeah.
And in return, I think besides payment, of course, you did a job, you get paid. You are going to get the. Let me write this down in your love letter. The info on let's see, Domina Carnifex is. Oh yes, I think I know exactly what.
Oh,
A second. You were told about a place in New Gauntlet City called Hangar 225, where if you're clever, you will find someone who still opposes Domina Carnifex.
okay.
Does that work with you?
That works perfectly. We'll have to give him a visit at some point.
Okay. And let's see, Atlas, let's work with your love letter next. And what was your advancement?
So yeah, I think I'm going to take the advance that you wrote for the bull, so the titanium jaw, which allows me to essentially ignore any consequences from sort of mundane mooks and the like, because I'm just too damn tough.
Yes, no damage from mooks or collateral damage or collateral harm. So yeah, let a building fall on you. Who cares? And you're going to be working with Fermata to decide on who in the villainous world you've impressed.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this, Leandro? I'm not like super familiar with the Gauntlet Comics continuity. So if you have any ideas for any villainous types out there.
Oh, neither am I. I'm just good at pretending.
Fair.
I'm just good at inserting myself in it. Yeah, I guess I'm interested in what kind of villain, I guess, who we would have impressed. Maybe someone more on the mundane side, not as
I was definitely
more
thinking,
magical. You're science based.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking something, a career criminal rather than like, Dr. Destructo or whatever.
Yeah, like post Crisis Infinite Earths Lex Luthor, businessman type, something like that. Or career criminal.
Well, I mean, Zachary Solomon did have to jettison his connections to Optimax after so much was brought to light.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds like a cool guy. I'm not sure who that is, but
he is basically New Gauntlet City's Lex Luthor.
Ah,
Yeah.
This is your love letter, Atlas. So I'll leave a final decision to you. But he seems cool.
Yeah, I know. I quite like that because I don't think that Atlas will necessarily like him or approve of him, but I can definitely see that he is someone that we might have, even if we haven't been personally directly in touch with him. I can definitely see him as seeing us as a useful investment for the future.
Yeah, and yeah, it feels like between the three of us, we all know we're all useful investments in each other's futures. Um, so we got that understanding.
Good. And now both of you clear a condition.
I just did.
So yeah. Next we will go to Fermata. And what advance did you take?
Oh, since Fermata took down that traitor, Cadenza, she's gotten a lot more trust from the orchestra. So I've unlocked the last two powers on my suite. My suite is the special villain one, cult leader. So in addition to exemplary occult knowledge, arcane rays of power, and telepathy, Fermata now also have the true names of unimaginable beings and many lackeys. So yeah, she's moving up in the ranks.
Yeah. Nothing like having Cthulhu on speed dial.
We do have a line of Cthulhu, right?
Yeah, no, not really. Okay, nothing like having a villainous thing from outside of space on the speed dial.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm imagining like some sort of horrible demonic being made of glass and light and other unimaginable things.
Oh.
Mephisto, yes.
Oh gosh, Mephisto. That's even worse. Thanks.
Yeah, because he has motivations. He'll talk to you. He'll try to make you feel good. Ugh.
Let's start with what you're doing with Atlas, with the old classmates from the School of Hard Knocks. So yeah, no one who was your age or thereabouts at the School of Hard Knocks has come after you at all.
Which is very nice of them.
And I believe that there were two that we've already named. That Atlas was friends with Whisper and Thunderchild with the speedster Jacob, if we want to go with one of the named ones.
Yeah.
Create one if you would like.
I think we'll go with the name ones for now. I don't remember if Whisper has shown up much. I think she showed up once or twice.
Whisper showed up once and Jacob has shown up once.
If I've been working with Atlas with this, and Whisper's Atlas is best friend, I'd be fine going with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. It's also quite a nice juxtaposition with yourself, as she's all about making things quiet.
Yeah.
Yes, so you both have influence over Whisper.
Cool.
She'll be showing up more now.
Heck yeah.
And now we get to the fun part. We get to create a spell that has been cast over you and Thunderchild.
Yeah. I guess I should ask TC this. So I can't call him TC. That's Rockenfeld's thing. Should ask Jacob this. Are we cool?
We're always cool. Why wouldn't we be cool? We're ice cold. Cool.
You did say I betrayed you last time we had a conversation.
Just a little bit, and trust, and I forgive you. It was a hug.
And Fermat's gonna be crushed in his big metal arms. All right. So the nice thing with unlocking this new suite is Fermata knows a lot more about things that live outside of the universe, things that maybe live in the outskirts of heaven or hell or all sorts of things. Also, she now has Cadenza's sweet magical violin, so she has that now. But yeah, what sort of magic would we have been like? What would interest Thunderchild, basically?
Is this like a permanent spell? Is this a good thing?
This is going to be a permanent boost. I'm thinking of something like think of this as basically unlocking a custom move that will affect both of you. Something like whenever Fermata or Thunderchild spins team to aid the other, add +2 to that roll instead of +1.
Maybe it's a spell if you spend one team to summon the other in the other person's location.
That could also work.
because Ramada does feel a bit guilty not being there when Thunderchild was calling for her.
Yeah, like you could literally just have bound each other's names in a spell to like blink you into existence.
Does that sound cool?
Hey, if you want an 8-foot battle robo or the thunder truck to turn up, then yeah.
That actually sounds really useful. The thunder truck. And I get a thunder jet and a thunderboat and a thunder frigate, thunder cruiser, thunder shuttle. Geez, this toy line is gonna blow up.
Thunder Walkman.
Oh,
Yeah, to go with the Thunder tracks, which all spit fire.
ooh.
Yeah, we're now sponsored by Jim and the Holograms.
Not a bad sponsor. I guess we should get to shift each other's labels.
Yep.
For me, I'm gonna put your freak up because I did not. You can turn into a truck now. I wasn't there. See that? And I think your savior a bit down. Is that okay?
Yeah. Whilst I'm going to put your danger down and your mundane up because you're not that haughty and mean after all.
You say this after she now has commands over lackeys.
You're not that haughty or mean to Thunderchild anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Context.
Yes.
And Thunderchild, let's do your choice. And we're working with Atlas. Oh, downloaded all this data about all the other classes.
So did we break into the school to do this, or was this like a hack job?
It's up to you. Apparently Atlas and Fermata have been back at school enough to, or around school enough to deal with the other students. Could have been doing like that.
I'm going to suggest we break into the school, and by a hack job, what we do is leave with the computer and the filing cabinet under our arm.
That sounds fair. That definitely fits my MO.
on the way out, Thunderchild with his new eye beams, Scratch is going like, "We know what you did," into the wall, and we exit the school by kicking her desk through the wall.
Okay, so you've made a point. So, what impressive and shocking information has been uncovered about all these different crimes? Do you want some prompts from me, or do you have ideas of what you would like to see in the fiction?
I think we find out that Madam Carnifax has been getting people to come into the School of Hard Knocks by setting them up for a fall to begin with. So she's like at the center of a web, and the people are in the school and have gone down the life of villainy. They did it because Carnifax and the circle around her has chosen them.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
so she's been making sure you would have a life that would lead you to the school.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Malevolent mastermindess that she is.
This really strikes me very well with what I see her doing. So, yeah, that works with me.
Yeah, that's cool.
And, so yeah, this means that time has definitely... Oh, you guys shift labels after this, I think?
Yep. So I think I'm going to shift Thunderchild's danger up and mundane down because he can clearly handle himself and taking risks, all that sort of thing. And also I don't want to step on any of the changes that have just been made because that always seems a bit
Whilst the fact that Danny was willing to come on this job with Thunderchild and didn't talk him out of it when he was acting out means that he's super down with Danny at the moment. And I'm looking at this and I don't see how I'm going to avoid it, but I'm going to do one of the things which happens in maths. I'm going to put your freak up, but I would be trying to drop your, so I'm either going to put your danger up or your mundane down. And I don't see any other way around that. So that means I'm accidentally going to inflict a condition on you. Sorry.
You say this after you inflicted 2 conditions in me on Wednesday.
I was a GM there, man. That's my job. So yeah, I think I would have put your danger up and your mundane down. I don't think you can be more dangerous.
Yeah, sure thing. And I think I'm going to mark hopeless because, I can't, aside from punching her incredibly hard, I can't really see how we can unpick Dominic Carnifex's web of evil.
And as for my advances, I put my submissions on the wiki. I topped up enough to get Burn, which discussed last time, but my free advance, I'm taking Coming for You. When you mark a condition, take +4 against the person you most blame for causing it, because Thunderchild has got a temper.
I don't see it. The way you've been playing him, the calm, cool, laconic Thunderchild we all know and love.
Yeah, you've messed your Daves up. Sorry there, Fred.
Okay, so I think this issue is going to start with the cover is I like the idea that it's like all of you holding like pieces of paper, but it's those old like Wild West wanted posters, but it's like you fully like the posters are all monochrome or sepia, but your faces are actually colored in and look like yourselves and are shocked, like maybe like Arachnophobe is trying like to peer down to see how much money he's worth. Thunderchild is posing. And just like everyone's personality is showing through in their positioning, and I have no idea for the issue names. Let's we open up and time has passed, so there is now 2 team in the pool, but that also means that at least 2 people have moves that trigger. Arachnophobe, or Cody, how's your life hanging, yo?
I have no idea. Probably a wild ride. A very wild ride. He's not only trying to, avoid everything thanks to Dominic Carnifex, he's trying to still hold on to his best friend and whatever, grasp on his education he has. So I guess he's going to be trying to sneak in the mundane life as meagerly as possible. So I believe I roll for obligations.
You do. Roll that mundane.
There's no way this can go wrong. All right. Mundane, still +2. Let's go. Oh, 11. Let's see. On a hit, things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of your obligations.
Okay, which obligation gives you the opportunity? There's someone that
I think I want to. Yeah, I was gonna go for the best friend. I think it's about time he knew. The brother knows now, so.
Oh dear. So your best friend is going to give you an opportunity. So does that mean you've exposed your identity to your best friend? Okay, mark a potential for that then.
I have indeed.
So I think Ooh. Do you mind if I tie the opportunity to that hangar location you've discovered? There is a.
Okay.
I think your friend was actually doing research on the World War II era Gauntlet City, and has learned that there was a heroine who used Hangar 224. She was basically if Steel and Iron Man had a very smart child. So it's said that
Oh.
she has a hidden lab there somewhere.
Hmm. Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to visit that hangar now. Hmm. Hmm. I'm incredibly grateful that the best friend's cool with this. Ooh.
I think they're cool in the way of like this is because you did well. They're cool now. There may be issues down the road, but like it may be just like the shock period of oh, this is a thing. Yeah, here's my school project. I don't know what else to talk about right now. This is also related.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where Cody is going to be thoughtful for his best friend and not so much change because Cody will always have a problem with authority, but he's going to try and direct that energy somewhere else. Like, if I'm going to be a delinquent, let me at least go bother other criminals who are doing heinous things, kind of deal.
Yes, and for Mata, how well are you doing with your legacy?
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting since Fermata wasn't here. But yeah, whenever time passes, a roll plus savior, see how the members of your legacy feel or react to your most recent exploits. But before I roll, I have to ask everyone else, how am I doing? So take -1 to roll for each no answer. Okay, what I'll save. All right, well, we'll just keep trucking. Has Fermata been upholding the traditions of her legacy?
I'd say so because she was kind of missing and spending time with her legacy. So
After catching a devious threat to said legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd agree on that.
Cool. Have I maintained the image of my legacy?
in the same vein, yeah, of course, capturing somebody threatening your legacy, being away for that time, yeah, you're showing your face.
Casting an amazing spell with your new powers.
Yeah, didn't think that would work. So how have I made the other members of my legacy proud?
I think we're dipping back into the same well again, but yeah, I definitely think bringing Cadenza to justice is.
You also pointed out the mortal life of the Black Madonna. So I mean, they may know who she is. They may not have known what she was up to.
Actually, I should have clarified. They put her there.
Oh damn. So, then maybe no. Maybe you discovered they didn't tell you her identity for a reason.
Yeah, that's why her and Danny going out there is a big transgression. She shouldn't have been there.
You should know. So I'm going to say no to that
then. Yet they gave her lackeys. What's up with that? Well, no, she didn't.
Maybe these are lackeys. Here are your mooks. Watch her. Keep a close eye on her.
Don't forget, you did get an 8-foot battle robo as your witchy familiar. I'm better than a cat, man.
Yeah, they might have mixed feelings about that. All right, so that's a -1. So I rolled savior. So that's with a +1. That's an 8. Jeez, number of the day. So on a hit, one of them offers you meaningful encouragement, an opportunity, or an advantage. On a 7 to 9, though, another is upset with your most recent actions and will make their displeasures known. Gee, wonder what they could be upset about.
Yeah, so I think, who is going to, who is going to be on your side at this point? Meaningful encouragement or an opportunity or an advance. Oh, I think this will be encouragement from the conductor.
Ooh.
As you have been given a private meeting with her.
I need to find a picture for her then.
And I think, I imagine that this is a very gilded Dolores Umbridge-like office. Like, it looks very, like, it's not pink, but, like, it's too pastel, gold, whites, pale colors. And on the table, she has this beautiful, on a table, she has a beautiful tea set with 2 steaming cups poured for you both. And I don't know if it's either that she knows how you take your tea or you're going to take it how she prepared it, but she's not asking. There's nothing else to add to it.
I think it's both. I think she knows exactly how I take my tea because she made sure that's the tea I take.
Yeah. So you're going to drink this because that's what you're used to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm imagining her as an Olivia Colman type for some reason. So at least that's the basis. I'll find a proper picture of Olivia Colman when I have the chance. But yeah, I think Fermata is not relaxed, but not tense. This is technically her mom. She used to have another name, but she's the conductor now. We don't speak of that.
I believe she doesn't speak until the door to her office is closed by one of your new mooks. I'm glad you were in the class you were in that school.
They are commendable classmates. I told you before I wasn't sure at the time, but they are tremendous in their own right.
I don't doubt it. But she looks down at her cup of tea, takes a small sip. I'm more impressed because you survived. Crescendo didn't.
I survived and triumphed by the grace of what you've taught me.
And I think she sets her tea down, reaches into this purse, pulls out a Polaroid. Let me teach you something. Keep your enemies very close. And I think this is a picture that the Polaroid captures I think the price of gas as it was yesterday before it had gone up today in it. But there is it is Crescendo being loaded up into a van by Dominic Carnifex's mooks.
I think Fermata take the Polaroid. Sorry, when you say Chris,
I'm making up a member of the Twilight.
Okay,
Orchestra.
yes, right. Just making sure. It's like Crescendo. I thought at first you were. I thought you were.
Pretty much. I'm saying that they sent 2 members to the School of Hard Knocks. You succeeded. Crescendo died on a mission.
Okay. I think Fermata take the photograph and just say, I've always wondered what your intentions were to that school.
They said that they had our best interests in mind, that they understood our path. It's obvious that they were sour notes, that they were poisoning the harmony of the way the world goes. I just wanted to know if they needed to be dealt with before, or if they could, before the grand orchestra, or or the Twilight Sonata, or Apocalypse Sonata.
That's a different mask.
Yes.
Yeah, that is. I remember that playset. Yeah, just any vague stuff is fine.
Yeah. The final orchestra or something.
Yeah, final performance or something like that. The final countdown. I think Promato will just like nod and say, if they truly understood that our path, well, I suppose it was only a matter of time until they tried to get in our way.
And I believe it is up to you to make sure they don't. Good luck.
I think like Promato like
And
will nod and bow.
and as you're leaving, like, there's a tink of a spoon against the glass. And I figure, why not get your encouragement and your disappointment in one character? So, do you care about him? The boy that you went to the school you weren't supposed to go to with.
He knew what the right things were to say. I slipped up. I endeavor to never let myself be in that position again.
If you care about him deeply enough to let him do this to you, think about what you might need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I have given it some thought, and Conductor is not him I care for. It was what he. And I think like Permano was like about to say something revealing about her thoughts about their Dark Messiah, and just kind of like he'll never slip under my skin again.
You truly are my child. And she's telling you who you are.
I'm gonna accept that.
You do or cannot?
I have to accept that.
Okay, so move your freak up mundane down.
Gosh. I've grown up in a cult.
And isn't there a move you have when someone pulls influence on you with their
Yes.
yeah,
When someone from your legacy causes your labels to shift, mark potential, and take +1 forward.
sweet. And I like to imagine that, like, after this, you get this ride from your mooks back to the place of the Dead End Queens, where your team has been gathered for a bit, and we get like a few comic panels of Fermato walking in. I think a few people outside the house giving some friendly cat calls of just like, oh, you go, girl, yeah, that looks fab, and then one bit of shade. But inside, who is who is downstairs talking with of the Dead End Queens? Let's say Cryptid. Who's bending the ear of their leader?
Yeah, I think Danny might be down there. Yeah, chatting with Cryptid.
Okay, and Fermata walks in, and I'll give you first. I think you're the first one to notice Fermata return from her meeting with the Twilight Orchestra, and at least she does return, because you guys have been doing some risky shit lately.
Hey, Famata, how's it going?
It is. She looks at the question and is like, how's it going? How do you answer that? She says, it is going well. How are things here? Are we finally situated?
Yeah, more or less until we find a place of our own at any rate.
Yeah, how's that coming, by the way? Cryptid says, looking at you both.
I figure if we can pull a job, then we might be able to pull together enough cash to buy somewhere we can hole up more permanently. I know that I think Arachnophobe and had been looking into that, but I've not had a chance to catch up with him.
If they've not been successful, we might have to talk to our mutual friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather not get involved in all that corporate stuff again, but it's certainly got deep pockets, if nothing else.
We only need a sufficient enough job. Once we're on sure footing, we can move on to what we truly need to do.
And are you hoping that we're going to find this for you, or that it will come through the door?
I'm hoping to grab a Sprite. And she walks off to a vending machine.
Oh, you mean the fridge? There's no vending machine.
Oh, the fridge. Oh. Yeah, to the fridge.
Are you on scene, Arachnophobe?
I think Cody would be, at least when she goes to open the fridge. She should just find him like dangling down, like from the ceiling. Are you back?
Yes, he seems surprised.
I thought domino kind of facts got to you, but I guess you didn't get caught up in all that crossfire.
I suppose I was just lucky. The rest of you seem to, well, get out better than most.
Yeah. It's been a lot to manage, but I think I'm managing it well. And yeah, he does in fact drink a Capri-Sun upside down. Like, don't ask how it works. It's just like the bendy straw goes underneath the bandana and just hear the slurp.
Yeah, she looks at that and just like, how does the physics? It doesn't matter.
But no, I may have a lead. Doing a little bit of work around here with Thunderchild for the Dead End Queen has gotten us a bit of information. Potential ally, even. It's down by down by a bunch of hangars and whatnot. Hangar 225, I believe. It's down by the docks, or would it be like an airfield?
This is actually on the land of the New Gauntlet City's reservation.
Oh. Right, well, Hangar 2... let me actually get this up, because I will forget.
It was
Hangar 225.
Hangar 225. These hangars were used to build planes and house the Allied Angels, who were a Gold Age superhero team.
Heard about them enough.
I'm going to relay that. Yep, just relay all of that. Apparently there may be someone there that may help us deal with this. I was thinking to round everyone up and put a plan together. Might be good.
Well, it'll be something to do. I'm
For sure.
I'm I'm worried that we would all be cooped up with not much room to maneuver. I
Myself.
well, I think she thinks about it. She was about to say that she has a place to go back to. Then she realized that she actually doesn't know where you come from.
See, yeah, everyone else knows Cody's identity at the moment.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
You do know that she and Danny were skulking around your school, I guess, for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's true.
I think
never quite found that out.
Yeah, I think yeah, Fermata has looks like she just had a thought and she finishes her she edits her sentence and says oh, I was just worried because I have some place to go back to after what happened at the school, and I was unsure if everyone else did. Looks at you in your masked face pointedly.
Thanks to Domina Carnifax, I don't really have a home, and neither does my little brother. This place has been serving as that for the time being, which is probably why it was a good idea to try and set up some roots, get some money in. So yeah, although I should probably do this the right way up or the right side up, and he's just going to kind of flip back to his feet.
As Cody lands, there is a loud thump against the back of the house. I imagine the kitchen sort of near the exit to the backyard. And you hear your brother just go, "Oh!" as he hits the house.
Is that him training, getting his ass kicked, or I'm just going to speak out like...
You see him, you see Honey Badger, this very fit looking Hispanic woman coming over. She is glistening in sweat in MMA training sports gear, and he's holding this this very, very busted weighted bag that it was she was kicking, and she is apologizing profusely as he is getting up and looking kind of dazed.
He's fine. He's young. He'll recover properly.
I'll take your word for it.
But before, make sure there's nobody else in the kitchen. Pull the mask down. Hand out. Cody Jameson, what up?
At that moment, everyone comes to the kitchen. You did it right at lunchtime. I'm sorry.
It's always lunch. But yeah, Cody Jameson.
I think Fermata technically has a real name, but she doesn't use it. so she'll take the hand with a bit of apprehension, but we're still gonna shake it. Nice to meet you, Cody Jameson.
Oh, CJ, whatever.
And what does your symbiote look like, Arachnophobe?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's black and purplish, more purplish than anything.
But is it does it look like sort of like we would imagine the liquidish?
Yeah, liquidy. Yeah, pure. Yeah.
Okay, so I think this it looks almost like a glistening reboot style 3D graphics extends from the back of his hand and grabs your wrist to also shake your hand, Fermata, as the symbiote greets you itself.
She's gonna no-sell it. So when you get the true names of unimaginable beings, this is child's play. So she looked nonchalant. I don't know how Cody takes that, but she's like, "Oh, hello."
He is incredibly relieved because trying to calm someone down from this, like it was with his brother, is a pain. So he's very grateful. But yeah, I've yet to name this one. Does he actually have a name? Or it? Or they? Or
We can give them a name now, or it could be since you are arachnoph. Yeah, you're. I don't know. Like, it doesn't need to have a name, I guess. Like, if you don't want to, if you want to have a name, feel free to come up with one, or you know,
Phobia.
okay, phobia then.
This is Phobia.
Huh.
New friend of mine.
Well, I'm glad we're making the right kind of friends. Hello.
Yeah, it doesn't speak.
Just retracts the light back into the arm.
I think like the oh no, I think it's I mean, this is a modern age comic. It'll sort of create like this like pharaoh fluid looking human do a dab and then extend back into Cody's hoodie.
I see it's picked up some kind of attitude. Is that meant to
I have
happen?
I have no idea what could have potentially influenced such behavior. Honestly, I've tried looking into it. It's a problem. Totally not my fault. I'm slowly pulling the mask up. um, but yes, you now know my identity.
Okay. I might pass that on to someone. No, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that?
So
Do it.
everybody, guess what?
Do it. Do it now.
Well, I have no reason to. I don't know. He was in that school. Maybe we'll find out.
I think right before we take a 10-minute break, we're going to see it's the like it's going to have that like a final panel difference of Rochelle Silk, the house mother, handing like pulling out a file and or like sliding a file over to the Thunderchild. And I think we will be back at 15 after the hour. So let's have a break and see where this goes.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone. So yeah, I think we're going to pick up with a job being dropped in Thunderchild's way, and what kind of? Do you have any kind of job or idea that you would like to pursue, Thunderchild? Maybe something attached to your father or any of the likes.
I think investigating that's fine. I think Thunderchild has been distant since we came back from the school. He sort of locked himself in a room and doesn't want to come out. Anyone who knocks on the door goes, "Go away or I'll crush you." Response. But as soon as that door is open, he'll take the file, look at it, and go, "Yeah, we'll do this one." Say, looks like a simple laboratory shutdown. Sounds good for me. And he'll shut the door, and we can see him. There's all those files of all those kids that Madame Carnivax has screwed around with in the room, and they're all sort of pinned up and on the floor. And I think we see a file right in front of him, which is like he's looking down at the Jacob Mordecai file, which has got lots of redacted stuff in it. He's in a bad mood, but he says, "We'll deal with it."
Oh, good. And did you say you wanted this to be a laboratory break-in for the job?
Yep.
Okay, so as you get this file, are you going to go tell your teammates that you've finally gotten something that may pay for your own private haven?
He'll text them through his head.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, everyone else. Notification. Group text.
Where has Thunderchild been? I haven't seen him around here.
He's taken to adapting to this new lifestyle pretty well. To put it simply, we haven't really seen him around, and he doesn't really come out. It's not like we can even use food as an excuse to come in, and give it to him. So, but he's reaching out now. So the best thing I can do at least is be there, and I'm just gonna reply with a Forrest Gump meme GIF with "on my way" at the bottom, running.
I think when she types into the group chat, it's all caps. So it is, I am on my way to.
Danny's is the obvious, and his is all lowercase, and he just says "coming."
Yeah.
I think we see the sort of thought bubble coming off Thunderchild when he gets Fermata's text going. He said, "And I used to be the uncool one."
Yeah, so you guys get up, and I think get upstairs, and this laboratory break-in. Oh, I think this is requested by what was her name? Oh no, we didn't give that one a name. So this is Lucille Hemingway. She is Zachary Solomon's personal assistant, and this laboratory is in suspicion of having stolen Solomon Industries. I'm not sure if it'd be tech or vital secrets to utilize that are trademarked, but there's no proof to go through a legal way, so extra legal measures are required to go in, make sure they're not using our product. If they are, make sure they're not using our product.
That's a simple enough task. Where's this lab? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, that is the bad thing. This is back in Sherwood, where the School of Hard Knocks is located.
Thunderchild, why did Lucille Hemingway contact you?
She didn't. She contacted the Dead End Queens, and I asked them for jobs that they didn't want to do.
Fair enough. She doesn't say that. She takes a sip of her Sprite.
Said, "We got to start somewhere, and at least we know that this will be quality enough." Said, "This
Quality or not, I'm down for getting back at the school. But
said, this will get us somewhere to hang out, right? There's only so long we're going to be able to stay here till they kick us out. Then we can deal with Carnifax and what she's done to everyone." And I think Thunderchild's eye flares and there's like a heat bubble around it. Said, "Are we going to do this? Or are we going to sort out personal business first?"
No time like the present.
yeah, count me in.
And Fermata nods.
Okay. So, I take it we're all going to take the Thunderchild Expressway down to this laboratory. I wish there was a keep your cool of some nature almost in the manner of making your way. So,
I do want to ask Fermata a question on the right there.
yes, please
So
do.
the whole character here. Ragnar's probably in the back seat, and he's just like, "So Fermata, with all of this happening with Domina, what's your hold on it? I mean, all of us have got beef. I'm just kind of curious."
Fermata, you'll notice now has like is now carrying a violin case. It's on her lap, and she's like not looking at you when she says, she is a potential obstacle. Her goals and ours, when I say ours, I mean the Twilight Orchestra's, they do not match. She represents a potential roadblock, so she must be removed.
All right. You'll have to tell me about that Twilight Orchestra.
I don't have to tell you anything about the Twilight Orchestra.
Get a
Are
raised
you
brow.
using your influence to tell him who he is?
I don't have influence over him.
Damn.
I only have influence over Danny, I think, and Whisper. But you know, I don't know what Cody's going to respond to this.
Oh, my camera all right?
No.
Oh, wow. There we go. Oh, fixed it. There you go. I think he's just going to slowly raise a brow, lower it again, and just suit yourself. You better play some sweet music, though. He's just going to wiggle back in his seat, close his eyes.
I think that Danny is sat up front driving.
Yo, at least buy me dinner before you touch that.
Yeah, so as you pull up to this laboratory, I'm going to say, Thunderchild, you recognize a lot of the cars outside as those from very high-ranking Sin members. And this is I think this is like an unmarked, not exactly a high rise. I imagine sort of like a rectangular building with lots of windows, and like it doesn't look like your typical science building in comics. Do you want to assess the situation, or how does this make you feel? You are muted, Thunderchild.
Yeah, Thunderchild is sort of Thunderchild is sort of kind of worried. Emotions running a bit strong. There's a crackling of energy around Thunderchild that probably puts everyone in the van's hair to stand up on end. But I would like to assess their situation. So that's a 4, and I don't think I've got enough to add to that. Remind myself of the such a situation is superior, which I think is 1. So no, I think Thunderchild assesses Jekyll. Oh, -1. So double smash.
You see this new car pull up, brand one you don't recognize. Yet, as it parks and the driver gets out, he lets out your father. And what looks like the human you.
Do you know what? I think that's a good time for Thunderchild to work out that he's got burn, because I've got something that might be appropriate here with the elemental awareness. So I'd like to roll to charge up my burn.
Please, as this emotional impact moment activates your burn.
So could I pierce the mask of the man? Sorry. Oh, wait.
So I roll a 9, so I'm going to mark a condition. And I'm going to mark insecure. And that gives me on a 79 on a miss.
I think 3 burn.
3 burn, right? So I'm going to use elemental awareness. Spend 1 burn and mark a condition to open your mind up to the world around you and your powers. You can ask any one question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly. Is that really Jacob Mordecai?
That is the real Jacob Mordecai.
Do you want to pass for a moment to someone else while I figure out my next course of action? Because Jacob, the track is literally shaking, and energy is building inside it.
Yeah, Arachnophobe, you wanted to pierce the mask?
Yes, of Thunderchild's father, if possible.
Feel free.
That's going to be a superior. All right.
That's not mundane.
What's my superior? Oh, it's Monday, so it is. Read the wrong one. 2. Perfect. All right, let's see.
Oh, that you got it, 2. That would have not been perfect.
Oh, that's a 6. Don't think so.
Do you, well, I don't know if anyone can help you at this moment with team, so... You could maybe spend team selfishly to boost your mundane, but I don't see, I'm not sure how you'd do that either.
I mean, I could, but because, like, doesn't...
Oh, wait, does your symbiote help you with this?
Yes, I get a +1. I'm guessing the eyes just kind of gloss over as I'm, like, looking at the man, and then doesn't Cody actually know Thunderchild? Or didn't Thunderchild know him from civilian life? How young is this Jacob Mordecai? Would Cody recognize it and then hone in on the man?
This Jacob Mordecai is your age, and like the reason Thunderchild recognizes it, I think, more is I think it's like it is the Thunderchild, like in Thunderchild's memories, but just or the Jacob in Thunderchild's memory banks. Just like you look the same, just a bit older.
Yeah, genetics, all there.
Or
Okay.
do you that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking though. Do we want to say Jacob was is 13 currently arachnophobe since you are like 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the exact same one. So just about 6 years older, I guess, 6 months older from the Thunderchild awakening.
All right. So I guess that would make it a 7.
Yep. So you get to ask one question.
Here. Okay. Let's see. What do you intend to do?
His son is a man now. He is here to bring his son to the first of his official Sin meetings.
Something isn't right here. I'm going to say this out loud.
So, are we going to do this the noisy way or the slightly less noisy way?
I think that's probably the point where Thunderchild, you're all ejected. The Thunderchild switches back into robot form and starts walking towards Adam Mordecai and Jacob Mordecai. And at this present moment in time, I'm going to say my coming for you is targeted at Adam Mordecai.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Well, that answers that question.
Yep.
Let's get the job done.
The human Jacob looks up. Oh my! It's the one from my drawings. And Adam looks over. Crap. And the guard, the guy who opened the door to let them out, pulls out some kind of some kind of element or energy weapon to try and keep Thunderchild back. That's close enough.
What am I? Can I pierce the mask on Adam Mordecai as I do my melodramatic 1-panel 3-bubble scream?
Yeah. Please do your the Passions de la Masques pierce.
Woo! That's a 10 plus mundane. My mundane is currently 0, so that's a 10. I will ask 3 questions. How could I get Adam Mordecai to tell me what I am?
Promise you won't hurt his son.
Mm-hmm. What is he really planning?
About like what was his plan about you, or
Mm-hmm.
what was it like? Yeah, to test his newest theory.
What did he want me to do?
He wanted you to prove that, that anyone is capable of anything, depending on the situations you put them in.
So I think I got that. That was the scream, and it's like Thunderchild's eye is glowing, red energy crackling around him after the scream. I think he's going to wait for Adam Mordecai to respond.
And Adam just as your eyes glowing, did you think I would send my actual son into the arms of that monstrosity?
The energy in Thunderchild's eyes started to build up even more and said, I am your son. I am Jacob Mordecai.
And Jacob's eyes go wide, and like, this is this is your dramatic moment. This is Jacob, the other Jacob Mordecai's like villainous awakening or heroic awakening, and it's just like, Dad, what did you do? You said that. You said that that's what, and like he's stuttering, and Adam like tries to get Jacob behind him, and he's like, shoot it, and the guard unleashes a blast of energy at you, Thunderchild. Does anyone want to defend?
I would very much like to defend if.
I think Fermata got there.
Yeah, during this whole time, Fermata's like unbuckled the violin case and has taken out Cadenza's violin. She also has a new mask.
Oh yay! Is it anime and extravagant as the last one?
Yeah, it's quite anime. It covers up her face fully now. Well, actually, it's kind of like. It's a mask from Kingdom Hearts. It's kind of like it's like a motorcycle helmet, but with like, with like some bits on. It's like the Red Hood, Jason Todd's mask, but so her face like completely like sealed.
It's like
now.
the Tron and the Matrix met.
Yeah, and like she just like plucks a string from the bow, and that like will create this kind of like concussive force, hopefully to hit this guard.
Okay, roll to defend.
Yeah.
Hope for better luck than everyone else has been getting.
See, my savior is pretty good, but that's a 5. Ugh. I mean,
5 total?
Yes.
Ooh,
let's see. Can I spend team? Nah, I need to.
I think we've got to escalate this situation.
Yes, let's do that.
Because who else is going to be stepping in to help this but Alfonso Tigerman Romano as his Dr. Moravian guards, all enhanced by animal genetics, rush out outside from as the cameras have been picking up this entire disturbance outside the building. So I think I think Thunderchild is not hit by the energy blast. That it does go. No, you did fail to save him. So yeah, Thunderchild, I think you need to take a powerful blow. We were both muted, Thunderchild.
That's a 6, but I roll as if I had 2 less conditions. So the conditions I currently have, Thunderchild's unstoppable and impenetrable armor, just the energy blast just ricochets off it.
Okay. And I think the team is now facing quite the eerie threat with a bunch of they're currently nameless mooks, but and Adam Mordecai trying to get his son to safety. So let's add 2 to the team pool. And who do we think is the team leader in this situation?
Thunderchild, I'd say. Very much Thunderchild.
Yep. Thunderchild, do you have influence over every teammate?
I do.
Oh, goody. So we have a 5 team right now. What is your desire in this fight?
It is to get Adam Mordecai away from here so I can talk to him more with fists.
Is that everyone else's goal? So we won't add another one. Does anyone distrust Thunderchild at this moment?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. So
Likewise, I don't. It's not that I don't trust him in an existential sense, but he doesn't seem to be in a good place for taking control at the moment.
Yeah. Do you want to? And yeah, we will subtract one from that. And does anyone? And are you ill prepared? I think for the shock was the ill-prepared part, but like you guys came here looking for a fight, so yeah, and so you guys have 4 team total in this battle. So yeah, I'll say Atlas, you have been watching this entire thing going on. Fermata tried to deflect that blast, and it didn't work. These minions of mutations are out here. What do you do?
Yeah, so I think from when we kind of left, from when things started to kick off, I think Atlas was doing his best to kind of just pull up the top of his hoodie and sort of skulk away with the intention of like trying to get into the building whilst there was a big distraction going on. But having seen how things have escalated, I think that he's ditching that plan. He still has no real idea of what's going on because all of this stuff is related to things he doesn't really know about. So it's but yeah, I think what he does know about is like beating up animal men. So I think he's going to kind of, like I said, he's been kind of, I guess, like skulking towards the edge of the car park with his like I said, hood pulled up, and I think there's just that moment where he like pushes back the hood and he's now got the mask on underneath it. And he just launches himself forwards, coming in at the beastmen from the side. And I think he's basically just going to start like grabbing and throwing them, and trying to basically just hold them up and delay them from closing in on the rest of the team.
Directly engage.
Certainly.
But use your worst stat, because no. Use your danger.
That's an 8. So...
Do you want to be causing collateral damage during this?
So yeah, definitely. As he charges the sort of the beastmen, he's like leaping from the roof of car to the roof of the next car, sort of thing, crushing each one down as he goes. And I think the car alarms start going off as well, just to add to the confusion of the situation, as he leaps in and starts throwing fists.
So you choose 2 options.
I think I'm going to choose.
And I will say these are mooks, so I think that will take away one choice to worry about.
Sure thing. I will impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Probably aiming mostly at this point at surprise, though probably also the other 2 to an extent, and create an opportunity for my allies. I think I've bought them a bit of time from having the Mook squad come in.
And I think this opportunity will go to Thunderchild. Adam Mordecai and Jacob Mordecai are left wide open for you. What do you do?
So Thunderchild just sort of peers at Mordecai and he said, "You're either a liar or a monster. I don't know which, and I don't much care." His eyes growing brighter and brighter. He said, "Explain yourself right now, or you'll know what happened next."
And
I'm probably provoking him.
yeah, it sounds right. And take +1 forward from your unless you did that with your Pierce the Mask last time.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because of your move.
Yeah, so that's a 10 base plus well, forward is 11 minus my superior is a 10. So they do what I say.
Jacob, Jacob wanted to be a villain, a super. He doesn't have any powers. I did the next best thing. I copied and downloaded my son's entire memories and personality into the battle robot he designed. That's you.
I think Jacob looks at Jacob looks at Jacob and looks at him and says, "Do you want to stay with him?"
Ooh. And I mean, this is an opportunity. Do you want to? Are you trying to maybe? Are you trying to pierce the mask of Jacob, or?
Yeah, I'll pierce the mask, but I'm fundamentally doing a "come with me if you want to live."
Yeah, that's what I was. And no, I think what he'll say then instead of having you roll is well, if I go with you, will you listen to me? Will you let me? Will I be like you?
I says, "I think that's what we've got to find out. How much of me is you, and how much of you is I."
He'll step away from his father.
Awesome. So then Thunderchild looks at the building, the lab they were heading into. Did we have to steal something from this, or did we have to?
It's the idea of if you find out they are. It's a find out if they are using it, destroy it. If they're not using it, best judgment.
In that case, I will use. I'm going to roll Unstoppable as Thunderchild's highly powered energy beam explodes into the building. I'd like to destroy the building.
God damn. Well, this escalated.
Anger's going to go everywhere. If you're going to play the Comic Hulk, sometimes Comic Hulk smacks things down. Just blow the building out the window, damage it heavily, I think is the plan. So rolling plus danger. That's an 11. This is unstoppable.
Yeah, and the world breaks before you, and you get what you want. The building, it is the Independence Day shot of the White House. I mean, it is. It just goes up, and I think Jacob, the human Jacob will turn and stare at it in awe, and You did. I mean, you didn't decide. You didn't see what was going on in there, but you did destroy it.
I think Thunderchild will look at Mordecai and say, "I am not your golem," and puts his hand out gently towards Mordecai.
And I think he'll take it, and I think we'll take the next page. It's like it'll just do like the sometime later, and I think where I want to decide on like I think this job paid off. You all got your safe haven. Do you what kind of safe haven did you all have? And I think I'll start going around and having everyone give a touch to it. So let's start with Atlas. How big is the place you got?
I like the idea, if it's cool with everyone else, of like an old garage. So it's got like obviously like a couple of big like workshop type rooms, and then like a sort of like a garage, I guess like a garage in a sort of like not sort of out in the middle of nowhere sort of thing. So it's got like a couple of upper stories with like flats and stuff in them as well. But yeah, that sort of building, just a sort of like maybe 3-story brick building, a bit rundown in a bit of a rundown part of town, but dry and secure.
Yeah, Fermata, who or how did you make this place safe, or make it feel safe for everyone?
Who? No, I'm not going to post my mooks around here. Or maybe I will. I think this is the point where, like, if no one asked her that, like, oh, yeah, I've got people who answer to me now. I think I just, like, basically just told the team, like, yeah, this street is, well, that's not going to be lousy with people who answer to me, but people probably expected that she cast some sort of spell, but she basically said, like, yeah, no, I got people around here.
I like to imagine, like there's just like this woman reading the same article of Vogue, like on the bus stop across the place. There's this man. There's this dog who is just sniffing the same hydrant, and with the guy walking him for just like around the block the entire day. Just these people that keep repeating schedules.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the inexplicable guy outside the Men in Black headquarters who's just reading that newspaper forever. Apparently, he's just there.
Yeah. Thunderchild, how did you make this place resonate with the Firebrand's energy?
The Thunderchild's temper is sided down. He's been graffitiing the place with low-level I-beams, so there's sort of charted in marks into the walls and tarnishing on the steel. So he's made it look all post-industrial, and there's like on the wall Firebrands and like a picture of all of us with the Kid brothers.
Yeah, and Arachnophobe, the final question is not Robin, but Elliot and human Jacob living with you all.
I'm gonna say no. I think Elliot might have stayed at the Dead End Queens for training. He threw a tantrum. he pulled out all of the right lines and said, "Hey, you've been lying to my face while I've been shit talking in yours. So let me have this." And Cody can't exactly teach because Cody's arachnid alarm is kind of what helps him in a lot of situations. So I think he's like, "All right, cool. You haven't got any powers or anything like that, but you want to learn how to defend yourself. I have got enemies, so better option. If that's all right."
Well, I think I'll throw to Thunderchild then if Jacob is staying at this residence with you all. The other Jacob.
Thunderchild isn't letting Jacob out of his sight, and the conversation of whether he was staying here or not, if anyone disagreed with it, would have been meant with an 8-foot menacing robot leaning over you going, "It's him or me."
God. Yeah, so I think this is... You all have finally... You have made a mark on Gauntlet City already. How are you all... I think this is a time to let each other know how you're feeling, how this has gone down. I mean, it's finally time to vent, y'all. So yeah, Atlas, who do we find you talking to of your teammates?
Yeah, so I think we see Danny catching catching Cody in his room.
Yep, Cody's there, unloading the last of his bits.
Cool. Actually, I'm just going to ask. What's kind of the vibe in Cody's room?
He's pretty much spray painted before he moved anything in. So like, it's he's kind of gone from the black and white to black, white, and purple vibes, and all of the walls are like web designs, spider designs. He's got tiny little Easter eggs, which are homages of his teammates scattered around, musical notes like dancing between webbing, a little bit of a robot head emoji, kind of like by the centerpiece, and obviously the Atlas holding up the world that the web itself is behind type deal. And he's kind of like unpacking all of his stuff, like sketchbooks and art supplies and whatnot.
Cool. So yeah, I think Danny kind of walks in. Well, he will knock on the door first, but we'll kind of step inside and say, "Cody, do you have a minute? I wanted a word, if that's okay."
Oh, hey man, yeah, sure. What's up?
Yeah, so what it is, like, you're like a really cool dude, and I love that all the stuff you do with your art is awesome, and you seem like you've got your shit together, and like I really like you seem to really care for your brother, and that's all really cool. And so the thing is, I think I kind of have like feelings for you probably, and it's awkward because like the whole thing with Apollo kind of messed me up a bit, and now we're like all here living together, and I don't want it to get weird because I don't really have anyone else around. So cool, good talk. And he's gonna just turn around and start walking out again.
Whip. Hold up. Tug. At least let me get a say in this.
Sorry.
Danny, you're cool as shit too, man. You saved my life. You saved my brother. I owe you and everyone here pretty much whatever energy I can muster up these days. All of you are my muse. It's kind of a big deal. And I don't. I may look like I keep my shit together, but I wear a mask every day, man. Like, it's a lot easier to hide things under a mask when you wear it constantly. I think there is a hell of a load going on right about now. We have one annoying problem to deal with, and we're moving up in the world. So let's stick around. We'll see how this goes. See how it flows.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
I've never been much of a one-man spider, but change is good, right? They say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Are these team vulnerabilities?
I'd say so.
So with the person who initiated this, let's see the bulls.
Yes, so mine is no, wrong bit. When you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, give them influence and hold 2, and I can spend that hold to help them as if it were team in the pool.
And you already have influence over Atlas, don't you, Arachnophobe?
That I do.
Give those labels.
Okay, I think I am gonna. Oh Christ! I'm gonna have to raise your mundane, man. So it's at a -1 now. A very human thing to come out with confessions of that caliber. And I'm gonna lower your freak because it's normal to not be prepared for a wave of emotions, and it's quite something to be adult about it. So you're evolving as a person, and it's touching. So.
Cool,
So
thank you.
Let's see, Arachnophobe or Cody's vulnerability move.
Let's see. Team moves. When you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, tell them a secret about who you really are. Give them influence and shift your mundane up and your mask labels down. A secret about who you really are. Ooh.
You already said that, like, you're not usually a one-person,
Spider.
Yeah. And I figured that is a secret for most people.
Yeah, Cody's all for the open relationship type deal because he has way too many secrets as it is. He would rather not be indirect about it. He's like, listen, I'm like this. Let's work it out. Take it slow. Let's see how this change goes.
So yeah, shift your mundane up and your danger down.
Let's see. Where is it? Secrets. Mundane up and your danger down. Ooh, I love it.
And so after this web touching scene, I think I want to see how Fermata and Thunderchild are doing in their new residency.
I think Fermata's the one who's going to seek out Thunderchild, if that's all right with you, Dave.
Yep.
So where's his room in this place?
He's given it to Jacob. So Thunderchild is mostly still in. He's still got the files of all the kids that Madame Carnifax has screwed around with. So they're like up on a wall, and he just spends a lot of time staring at them.
I think Jacob to me is a young brain, and I think he's like his specialty in like his sociology, psychology kind of thing. So he's been using his time to like figure out who would actually go along with like these kinds of experiments on people to find out who Domina Carnifex was working with.
Yeah. Does Thunderchild sleep?
Definitely not anymore.
Okay.
Not even the illusion of it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just asking because I think Fermata would know. And I think I just hear her like say, "You could at least try to pretend to sleep. You might just accidentally do it."
He'll turn and loom over. Did Fermata address him by any sort of name, or just
No.
looks and said, "I'm a 96-day-old artificial intelligence in one of the most dangerous combat frames ever built. I was designed for the purpose of destroying the Gauntleteer, who probably only exists because he's so hardwired into my circuitry. I've had my identity stolen from me. I don't exist. I'm not real. If I close my eyes for 1 second, will I cease to be?"
I think like Fermata like looks up at Thunderchild and just says, "You could. Why don't you close your eyes now?"
I'm scared, Fermata. I don't know what I am anymore.
Then you might be surprised to notice, but I didn't used to be Fermata. I used to be someone else. I was in a place that I didn't want to be. So I quit and found something else. Of course, it's not the same with you. You didn't get to quit. You were made to quit. But I think you can find something else.
How can I quit? He points at him. I'm him. I'm him. But I can tear down skyscrapers with my hands. I can burn cities. I can kick the Gauntleteer across the city. I'm a child's dream of power. I'm not real. I'm not human.
Do you want to be human? You've just said that you are him, and yet listed quite a number of things that I don't think he can do.
Here's the thing about me. With all the swagger and the sweet jackets and everything else, what I wanted more than anything else was ice cream and to go running into the ocean. I remember it so vividly, and it's just an electric dream.
Oh, share that vulnerability. Jesus.
All the transforms are unloading their vulnerabilities on me this week. So you probably picked the worst person to tell your vulnerabilities.
When you share a vulnerability weakness, I'm asked them if they think you are losing or gaining humanity. Let's start there.
Let's see. What was it you said before we got into like looking at this movie?
All the things he really wanted, and they're just electric dreams.
I can say the same about normal human dreams, and that I can claim that whatever humans dream, they're just chain reactions in some fluid, encased in some organic matter. How is that any different from whatever synapses make you wish for ice cream? Maybe it's not the fact that you wish for ice cream, it's that you can't tell if that was your wish or his. Maybe it's time to start wishing of other things.
So I'm going to take that of losing humanity.
What? No, she's saying you're like human because she's saying human dreams are basically the same as yours. That's she's not great at getting that across, isn't she?
So I think Thunderchild just sort of like his eyes sparkle and says, "Don't you get it, Fermata? We never knew each other." He points to Jacob. He was your friend, not me. And he will walk away.
I feel like I should take a powerful blow from that. Jesus.
I'd say so. Yeah, you've just been like that is rejection on the level I am not used to.
Yeah, rope was cold.
That is soul rejection. Damn, like good going, Dave.
Give me those strings, Monster Hearts. In fact, yeah, I don't need your friendship. I'm burning the influence to inflict a condition on you.
Oh God, no. And I think by admitting you are just what you see yourself as just a emotionless killing, or not even just a killing machine now, that is a foolhardy action to admit that to the most other powerful member of your team.
Do I choose the condition to inflict? Or
You do.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, ooh. I'm gonna give you a choice of whether you feel afraid or hopeless.
Probably hopeless because I don't think she felt afraid there. It's more hopeless in the sense of, damn, I need to get better at this talking to people thing. The more she's entrenched in the cult stuff, honestly, the less empathetic she seems. And I think this is a very good example of that.
And I've chosen to mark exactly the same one that you did, I think, at that point, that I'm going to mark. Shall I be angry or hopeless? I'm going to shadow you.
Of course.
I take a +1 forward against Fermata then, I guess. If you're marking a condition. But yeah, roll. Take your powerful blow.
I still have to roll that.
So I'm not going to. Yeah, that was the vulnerability. But that's why I take a condition. But yeah, I think I'm burning the influence just to do emotional harm necessarily rather than physical harm. But yeah, that's the powerful blow.
Yeah, you still will take +1 forward due to your move because Fermata inflicted a condition on you technically.
Okay, technically, all right. So does have to roll, take a powerful blow, or getting the condition?
Yeah, take a powerful blow as well. I think that is setting you up to fail this powerful blow by our lovely war droid.
Yeah, I did just roll, and yes, I got a 7. Thanks, Thunderchild. Thanks to that condition. I'm just gonna mark more conditions. Yeah, why not? Unless actually, let me see what the actual options are again. No,
the Thunderchild's most powerful ability was emo.
Run petty.exe.
He's going through the phase, everyone. Brace yourself. He's in that phase.
Soon his robot voice will break and there will be little metal hairs.
Yeah. I'm going to mark insecure because, well, this didn't work. What else couldn't work? And I'm going to mark angry because she's angry at herself because she didn't say the right words to lead him around. And yeah, I think there's a moment where, like, as Thunder walks away, her eyes kind of like flick to the real Jacob, the real Jacob. Before like you can even like notice that she looked at him. I think she's gonna like storm off as well to her rooms.
No problem. And does yeah, that was a great scene. Does anyone have something they would like to do now, or or do we want to take a 5 minute break and then have a hard frame when we get back?
I'm good for a 5 minute break.
Yeah, let's be
Yeah,
back
sure.
at 20.
Okay.
Okay. So now that we are back and we've had a cute scene and a terrifying scene, does anyone want to frame anything up for like what they've been doing? Yes, Thunderchild.
So Thunderchild is going to sort of request everyone comes to the wall where he has all of the pictures up, and there's lots of bits of string connecting them all together at this point. Said, looks at the rest of the team and said, "Me and Jacob have been trying to make sense of this. Dominic Carnifax and the people around her have been fucking with the dreams, the hopes, and the ambitions and opportunities of every one of these people." And then he points to each one of you as well and says, "I don't know about you, but the one thing that really is pissing me off is people fucking around with my hopes and dreams. I've been angry. I'm calming down. You see, ultimately, I was one of the most dangerous machines ever built. It was designed to destroy the Gauntleteer. And then those idiots went and put a 13-year-old genius intelligence memory engrams inside my head. So what I know how to do now is to tear down buildings, make bad jokes, and I know the Torah."
And Jacob looks really like confused. Hey, my jokes are killer.
"Your jokes are killer. I was wondering, would you like to help me and Jacob beat the living motherfucking shit out of Dominic Carnifax and tear that school down brick by brick?"
I mean, and sort of Danny just shrugs. It's better than just sitting around here, right?
I love your passion. I say, I love your passion, Danny. You're going to make someone an awesome boyfriend one day.
I think, as I said earlier, we've all got a foot in this, and I'll help you out, Thunderchild. You're the one that I've been bonding with, along with everyone else, along the way. So I can trust you guys to tear this down, I guess.
She's a threat to us. We shouldn't let her get the upper hand on us, I suppose.
Are you going to have told them about Hanger? I mean, you've told Fermana about the Hanger.
Yes.
There seems to be someone or something that will know about Dominic Carnifex.
Yes, over by Hangar 225, in another part of the city. There may be a lab. That's why I asked earlier when we had the mission to do. There's a lab and potentially a heroine that used to operate from there back in the day. She might have a way to deal with Domina, or at least be of some sort of use.
Also, I mean, I wouldn't exactly describe myself as a fairy godmother type, but he just kind of points over his shoulder. We've still got that gauntlet as well. If we can find a new person to wear it, I can't think of anything that will piss her off more.
Thunderchild's eye looks at Jacob and looks at the gauntlet.
And Jacob, I think Jacob gets what hint he thinks it is. It's like, yeah, not sure what's keeping it out of phase with this reality, but I'll work on it and see what I can do.
All right. If you can do that, then we can go check out this potential ally, or at least lab of some kind. That should give enough time to do your magic on it.
I'm not sure it'll be enough time, but we'll see.
All right.
So yeah, I think you definitely have the directions to the hangar, and with the Thunder Mobile, it's always going to be a good time to get there. But like this old air base on the reservation is the reservation on New Gauntlet City is of Navajo territory, and I think you will have to either have I'm curious about how you're going to get here. Are you going to sneak around? Because you generally have to have a reason to get to this part of the res. Be a member of it, working here, or have permission.
Hey, TC, do you have reflective panels that make you invisible while we drive through or anything like that?
I'm more. You see that roadblock? I'm going to drive through it.
Noted.
Small talk is and getting us through places is not really my thing. I think Thundercloud's a little bit more aggressive in vehicle form.
Fermata, do you maybe want to alter your environment by maybe seeing if one of your mooks lives on the reservation?
Yeah.
Access.
Yeah, I think while this whole talk is doing, Fermata's already sent a text or sent a message. I say text, I forgot we have that music network.
Oh, too bad you've taken so many conditions before you roll this, but
yeah. Well, oh right, yeah. There's a -2 to unleash. Sure, I could do it more XP. Sure, I've ensured that Fermata will never roll success ever again. Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Let's see. I don't think that rolled. That rolled because it's the exact same dice.
Yeah, try again, or erase. You can delete the dice and try again too if you'd like.
I'll delete them. And create purple dice. Actually, no, there's already purple dice. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. -2 is a 6. I'm spending a team selfishly.
That works.
I didn't tell anyone about this.
Shift your labels.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my freak up and my mundane down.
Yeah, so there's temporary or unstable, or are you going to mark a condition?
I kind of. No. I think this will be temporary or unstable, whichever one.
Yeah. So, you guys have gotten onto the field. There is just one thing. There is no hangar 225. I think is no. Let's see. This is unstable. So. Yeah, I think that. How do I? I'm sorry. I am trying to. No, this will be I think I'll just do temporary. You guys can get in. There will be questions when you guys leave.
Grand. We'll probably leave through some, I don't know, on a rocket ship or something. What time we get there?
Yes, you guys pull up into the hangar 225. There is a statue of this very for the modern day. This would be a primitive and clunky looking war piece suit of armor bronze statue out there. If you've played Mega Man Legends, this looks a lot like the Bond family's type of mechs, just very boxy and well, colorful. But as you guys do you guys disembark as you get in to start checking out this old hangar?
Yes. I was gonna have Cody just kind of take a look around, and I wanted to see if I could assess. Is it assess? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, assess the situation, if possible.
I think you can if you would like to roll superior.
Yes, and just in case things get serious and we set something off, Cody is just going to say, "Wake up, Phobia, it's time," and I'm going to shift my labels for my danger to go to 3, and my mundane will be going to -1 as the symbiote just takes over the face. Looks pretty groovy. But let me just roll this quick. So that's a 7 plus superior, so 8.
You may ask one.
Okay. What hair can I use to find the hidden lab?
Yeah, and I think your arachnid alarm will point you to this this toolbox that is like way in the back. It's way out of reach from most people. Like like you could be 6'8" or and come in and not be able to reach this easily. Like, this is, but it is definitely pinging your arachnid senses.
Might have found something, I say, walking over to said toolbox. And if it's out of reach, not a problem. I'll just walk on the wall.
Yeah, when you are you going to try and open it up, or do you maybe want to try and tap into your arachnid alarm with a freak roll?
Unleashing my powers. I'll be happy to try that.
Take a +1 forward from your assess.
Yes. Reroll, so that'll be a +2. 7. Whew.
So is this going to be unstable temporary, or are you going to mark a condition?
I kind of want to play to the idea that I now have phobia enveloping my face. And no, actually. I will make it temporary.
Okay. Yeah, I think that it'll warn you of this trap, but no others. Like you will have to do this again if you want to be warned. Okay. And like you're going to open it normally, and then you realize like there's these that the handles are like you have to like hold them up to open it up, so it does not it doesn't set anything off. And inside is it's not a toolbox, but a very futuristic, well, very Kirby-ian, like science-looking keyboard. Huh. But it looks more like a typewriter keyboard than a computer keyboard.
Okay. Seems to have some old school interface over here, peoples.
Yeah, and, I mean, who else here can interface with anything?
All right, you want me to interface with a strange alien-looking computer? I mean,
it's a typewriter.
It's like, do you just put your peripherals into anything that comes about? Why do I need to do it?
Well, I mean, it's technology. Like, you're a super advanced robot, and this is a typewriter.
The transforming noise is Thunderchild sort of takes his robot form, goes, yeah, down to me.
As Thunderchild is approaching, I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "You got this, big man. I get it. So Just know I'm here, and I believe in you. Fist bump, and then it's sliding aside, I guess, just to give some room. Could I possibly support or comfort?
Yeah, you definitely could. With your mundane of -1.
Yeah. Ooh. Ouch. That's a 4.
Yeah. Dear. Give me 1 sec to look at these. That's when your arachnid alarm starts going insane. Like this is migraine level kinds of danger. Well, you've never felt it be this piercingly harsh. You're being watched by something whose power is on a level you have never experienced before. Enjoy. Thunderchild, what you doing?
Thunderchild is looking at the strange Kirby-esque typewriter, waiting for its naked lunch moment as he approaches it and sort of taps it and looks at it. I think I'm going to start trying to interface with it. Before I do the powers, though, I'd like to probably assess some situations.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to be... Where are we? No situations were assessed.
Is that a fail?
That is a 4 rolled minus my superior takes it to a 3. Don't make Thunderchild do investigation work, guys. It's not his strength. I'm presuming I probably misjudged how to interface with it.
Yeah, I think there is like this. There is this churning. The floor of the hangar begins to open, and rising from it. Remember that statue outside of the suit of armor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the real suit of armor is 4 times as big and much more menacing. As it rises out, the lights cling on. I think the final panel of this, as it readies its launcher system with a shotgun style justice hammer online.
Well, looks like you got it working.
Yeah, I think that will be the end of this issue. So, thank you all who have been watching. This has been quite the issue, and we will see how if our people survive to find the lab where this thing came from next time. I'm going to end the broadcast. We will do let's do a team in session in moves first, though, before we end. So, in reverse character keeper order, Thunderchild, how do you feel about the team this issue?
Yeah, I think Totes grow away from the team this time.
Who are you taking influence away from?
I'm double checking who has got influence. Uh, I'm going to take influence away for an arachnophobe for tapping me on the back and giving me that old college try. It's all okay, DC. I'll electrocute you. I'll disintegrate your face. That's what he was thinking at the time. So I'm going to take influence away from arachnophobe because the only character that has influence over me.
Oh dear. For Mata, how do you feel this issue?
Yeah, I think even though we came to like verbal blows, I'm shadowing Thunderchild, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going away a bit from the team. It's more like I kind of have my own shit to deal with, and this is starting to feel more like an obligation now. Which doesn't help that I wasn't around last week, which can't be helped. But there's like the feeling that like Fermata's here to like help everyone get situated and is here because we're classmates, but she's getting responsibilities now from the orchestra. She's people answering to her now, and I think I will take away. Let's see who has still has influence over Fermata. I think I'll take Atlas's influence away just to like prove to the conductor that I don't care about him. His words don't affect me.
Perfect. Arachnophobe, how you feels?
I feel that all goals aligned, considered, he's on the track to figuring out who he is and who he wants to be. So he's growing into his own image, especially now that he has a new friend to buff him up and show him or give him a taste of a bit more power to make a bit of a bigger impact. I'll be shifting my own labels. My mundane is going to go -2 and my freak is going to go up 1.
Oh damn. And Atlas, how you feels?
Yeah, it's tricky. Because in some ways I don't feel like he's either grown away or towards the team, but I also don't feel he's really grown into his own image either.
I mean, he kind of came out to Cody. That's kind of
yeah. The closest to the team is probably the closest one. So yeah, we'll go with that. I think you do still have influence over me. So yeah, if you'd like to fiddle with my labels again.
Yeah, sure. You know what? This might be the perfect opportunity to put your mundane at 0. And your danger to 2.
Cool, thank you.
Because again, opening up, very human.
How dare. Well, yes. With that, I will end the broadcast. Thanks to everyone. See you next week.